Woman accused of ordering rape of man in contract assault. Good evening, folks. It's May 23rd, 2018. I'm John Lasota, and you're in the garage. With me tonight, as always, Walt Campos. Say hello, Walt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And Thaddeus Smith.
What's up, everyone?
So this is pretty crazy. So as I can get this there. So this is a small town in Alaska, right? So it's a town of like 400 people in Alaska. Alcohol is banned. You can't have alcohol. You can't import alcohol.
Sounds like a fun place.
Yeah, right? Yeah, these people must be crazy. So 30-year-old female. She's a drug kingpin. She has these two dudes in her house, and they both owe her a shit ton of money for fucking. They owe tens of thousands of dollars for fucking drugs. So she lets these guys drink, which is illegal, and they get drunk. So she turns to one of them and says, "Hey, Austin, I'm going to need you to rape this fucker right here." So Austin's like, all right, sure. And the other dude says, the last thing he remembers is getting punched in the face.
Oh, man.
Right? He wakes up in extreme pain with extensive injuries. Extensive injuries, I'm sure. But the DA says he's never seen or heard anything like this in his life.
Yeah. Not all. I mean, it wasn't even like a kind and gentle rape.
Apparently not. I guess how many are?
That's a good point. Yeah, it fucking cold clock. I like that Austin is like, well, all right, cool. Sure.
All right, I guess if you want me to fuck him, I'll do it. Bang.
Yeah. Whatever you say, boss.
Do you guys remember that scene in the Big Lebowski where Jeff Bridges just he's like smoking pot on his rug and he gets clocked in the face, and then all of a sudden he's like dreaming that he's like flying on a magic carpet.
I don't think that this guy was dreaming that.
I wonder what he was dreaming about. You don't know. He might have been.
A magic carpet going up his ass.
He was dreaming about extensive injuries. Fucking horrible, man. I'm more interested in this chick, man. Who is this chick? Like, they don't have pictures. Most of these stories, they have pictures of them, and I don't remember seeing any pictures. See if she was like fucking crazy looking or anything. But yeah, she's a badass kingpin in a town of 400 people, where she just randomly orders dudes to rape each other, and they do it.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, now also too, did Austin have debt too, or is he just like?
Yeah. They both owed. This guy Austin, right? Austin. In this story, right? And I didn't put this in the synopsis, but in the story, they believe that Austin owes her money. They're not sure because Austin's wife had to send the lady checks for $1,000.
Okay.
They think he might owe her as much as $17,000, but maybe $27,000. But Austin's wife had to send the woman checks for $1,000 before she told Austin to rape other men in the ass.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think that knocks off your bill? Like $5,000?
Right. What is raping? What is a anal raping worth? I mean, is it only half? What is that?
Yeah.
What do you think?
If she's smart, it's probably only 1,000.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
She sounds like a shrewd businesswoman. So.
Yeah. So
you got 16 more men to rape.
There you go. Yeah.
Plus tax. Whole lot of ass.
Plus interest.
They should sign her up for the Me Too movement. She could be a champion of the people. I'm gonna need you to rape this fucker right here.
Turnabout is fair play.
Horrible.
Hey, Harvey, how you doing? This is my good friend, Austin.
Austin?
Classic Austin.
Horrible. Oh, that's just like Austin. Always raping people.
Right? He's like, have a few drinks. Oh, I like girls. And he's off raping everybody.
Oh, you know about Austin, right? Oh, don't get drunk with Austin.
In Singapore, you get caned. In this town, you get Austin.
Yeah, right.
Fucking horrible. But I do want to. They should do a profile on that one. But speaking of people with profiles done on them, a woman who injected her husband with a lethal dose of heroin may have killed others. May have killed 9 others and served their lovers' remains at a barbecue to their neighbors. This one is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Have you read the synopsis on this, man?
Yeah, I was skimming through it earlier. I read it when you first sent it, part of it, and I didn't finish it. But
yeah, so a guy in Indiana, he dies of an overdose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during the investigation, the cops realized that he didn't die from an overdose; he was actually smothered to death, right? So that, I guess, whatever, some shit that was in. Turns out the woman, the wife, right, of the guy, the wife of the dead guy, was having an affair. And her husband made an agreement to kill everyone they had extramarital affairs with. So they shot this dude in the head. They shot her lover in the head, and they chopped him up and they took him out to the woods, right? But then she got mad that her husband made him kill her lover. So she gave him enough heroin so that he couldn't move, and she put the pillow over his head, suffocated her to death.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But then her brother called the cops and said he's worried that she's a serial killer, right? And neighbors were saying what they were afraid that she served some food that was actually people. I mean, if you're going to be a serial killer, you might as well barbecue the people, give it to people.
And you get rid of the evidence that way.
Of course, man. Of course. What's this soup? Oh, just some bones I threw into some pie in the pot.
Let's just call it ham hock, all right?
Horrible.
Now, this woman might be related to Jeffrey Dahmer and Austin from the previous story, because Jeffrey Dahmer loved to eat people, and he used to love to rape men in the ass. So they're, DNA pending, but they may be related.
That's
just
pretty
saying.
fucking horrible.
We're waiting on the results.
Well, they in this case, it's gonna be a documentary on Investigation Discovery next week. And the documentary is called Dead North, right? But the city manager, apparently the city manager got into some trouble because they were trying to keep other cases open and use other cases. They think because the woman admitted to having other friends that are buried in Indiana, Michigan, Tennessee, and Minnesota.
Oh shit!
So she's been doing this all over the place, fucking killing people, banging people, killing them, chopping them up, feeding them to the neighbors.
She Austin that guy real good.
Fucking Austin, that guy, he's fucked.
Yeah, like we've dealt with a lot of the dismember, right? Like, the lady that wanted to go back and get her heads in the squad car. The other one that had the livers or something. The fucking thousands of dicks and all this.
Thousands of dicks. I did like I need to go get my heads.
Yeah,
I liked that, and that's how she got caught. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. None of these people though were feeding humans to their neighbors and stuff.
It's classic though.
This is a whole nother level of disconnect or depravity or whatever it is you want to call it. But
are you telling me that if you, I don't know, were to be a serial killer, you wouldn't feed the bodies to your neighbors?
You almost have to.
Right.
If you want to get away with it, you almost have to.
Also, you don't want to be wasteful, I guess, at that point, right?
Yeah, and it's good for the environment.
Really, you should donate the meat to homeless shelters.
Even better.
Go to soup kitchens and be like, you be like a generous person. And you're a serial killer.
Considered a hero, really.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, what if, say, you're a person that you only killed criminals. You went and killed rapists and murderers. And then you chopped them up and you fed the meat in soup kitchens to the homeless. So you're taking criminals off the street and you're feeding the less fortunate.
Absolutely.
Just happen to be making them cannibals. Are you a good person or a bad person?
You're a fucking hero. You deserve
Hey,
a
you could
goddamn
be
medal.
you could be like Dexter, a serial killer.
Right. Right. You could be a serial killer. So, I mean, that's been done before, but he never fed any of them he never disposed of the evidence by feeding it to people in soup kitchens. And, I mean, at one part, you're a humanitarian part, not so much.
Right.
Well, like Obi-Wan Kenobi said, from a certain point of view, right?
From a certain point of view.
This goddamn person's Robin Hood, right?
That's fucking crazy. I don't know. That'll blow me. The thing also just blow your mind. I mean, but you know, speaking about crazy ladies at barbecue, you know, with barbecues, if you have crazy ladies at barbecues, you're gonna eventually have crazy ladies with shit.
It's the natural progression of things,
right? I mean, if you're gonna eat fucking loads of meat, human meat, you're gonna have to take a shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Canadian woman walks into a Tim Hortons to use a bathroom. Right.
of course.
And a staff member tell them, "Now you can't use it," and they have the discretion based on past experiences. So this person must be like a fucking degenerate. Maybe she fucking rubbed shit on the walls or something in the bathroom. So they told her she can't fucking do it, right? So she grabbed a few napkins, started yelling, right, and then just dropped her pants and took a shit right on the floor, right in the middle of the fucking store, right?
Of course.
And then she scooped the shit up in her hand and flung it at the fucking guy who told her who she can't use the bathroom like a fucking monkey.
Exactly. You can't tell her what she can and can't do.
Right? Then she wiped her ass and fucking threw the fucking wipings on the fucking counter and walked out.
I mean, that was a bit much.
Classy.
I mean, if they would have let her use the bathroom, they wouldn't have had that problem, right?
Right? If Woody had just gone to the police, none of this would have happened.
Well, there's no police there. They have Mounties, and she walked out.
Little shock sticks.
They have they're on horses, and they dress like Dudley Do-Right.
She should have gone to a Starbucks.
Well, but she got away with it though. She walked out, and they didn't even detain her. You know, they're still deciding if they want to charge her or not.
I mean,
what's the charge?
There's got to be something.
I mean, did she not just
Indecent
politely use the
exposure,
bathroom?
nothing else, right?
Like they give the guy the discretion, right? And like, you know, like, I mean, I guess Canada is like America in a lot of ways. You know, if you have the right to do something, as long as you can take what comes with it, and he had the right to deny her the use of the bathroom, but then at that point, he has to deal with the consequences of getting her shit flung at her because she did ask.
Well, you know, if a chimp throws feces at you, what is he saying?
I'm sure he's saying, "Get the fuck out of here."
Right. So it's a threat, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how else you would take somebody throws shit at you. I don't know if it'd be endeared to them, you know?
Yeah,
oh, God, it's so
exactly.
sweet. Just shit at me.
Yeah.
Back in my country, shit throws you.
Jack off, Smirnoff.
Fucking horrible.
Uh,
Yeah, that one didn't go far.
Not as far as her shit did, probably.
I thought we get a lot more of that one.
Well, unless she pole vaulted. No. What's the discus? Unless she threw it like a discus, you get a lot of mileage on that one.
What if she like?
Go ahead.
What was the consistency of it though? Did she was like a snowball? She could pack it in and fucking throw it like a baseball, or was it like mud and she was mudslinging, like kind of like flicking it off her fingers,
Everywhere.
right?
Yeah.
Fucking everywhere, probably.
These things make a difference.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially to the people that were online.
Especially the person that's cleaning that counter. That's another one. If she had a clean break, right, and those are like fucking shit pellets, and she's throwing them like rocks, that's one thing. But she's not going to have much on her hands to have to wipe off on that fucking paper and throw on the counter.
Sure.
But if it's mud and she's got to pick it up like fucking like,
and there's just like this.
she's got that, and that's going to be everywhere. So those napkins are a little bit more messed sitting on the counter.
If she flung it from a lower plane, it would be like a line drive. So can you imagine that coming at you full speed?
It's true.
As it hits the counter, it streaks a little bit.
No.
like fucking fudge smearing on a fucking.
Yeah.
I want to know what the past transgression shit is like again. Yeah, is this a woman that smearing shit on the wall? Like, is that kind of stuff, or is like, or maybe she's like a local that just comes in and takes a shit and leaves, doesn't buy anything.
Could be, you know, she blows up the bathroom a little too much. Oh yeah, there's a lady getting fucking shits everywhere. She takes like 45 minutes in the fucking bathroom, shits and leaves. Nobody else can use the bathroom anymore. It could be. Maybe she fucking like these chicks do. My fucking wife, and her mother use half a roll of fucking toilet paper fucking when they're fucking taking a leak. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Hold on, I got a tree in the back. Let me cut that fucking thing down so you can fucking flush the toilet. You know? So maybe this lady is just fucking filling up the fucking toilet. She's using and you know, like in any of those public bathrooms, they have those big industrial fucking rolls of toilet paper.
Oh God.
So maybe she's just using half a fucking roll of toilet paper to fucking wipe a fucking piss, and it's filling the toilet and doesn't flush. Or maybe she's worse. Maybe she's one of those people that shits and it has with the fucking, you know, the seat thing, the seat paper.
Yes.
She puts the seat paper down. She takes a shit. She wipes her ass, and then inside there is like a shit pile with all the paper folded around it. It's like a fucking like a shit dumpling. A shit dumpling. And then just leaves that thing there, and then just fucking leaves it. Doesn't flush.
Left you something in the second stall.
Shit dumpling.
Oh, fucking. Fucking steamed.
Oh,
shit.
There's another shirt. There's another shirt, man. You gotta we could just get a picture of dumpling. You get a fucking picture of a dumpling, and you make the steam coming up.
Yeah.
And you just write shit dumplings.
Have a couple flies flying around it.
Oh yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. See, we're making millions here.
It's fucking merch.
Horrible. Yeah, actually, I am gonna get around to doing that, especially the Captain Smagaho one. But that's so. What do we got? What do we got that way? I got the Captain Smagaho, no human fouling. Definitely fucking, you know, definitely shit dumplings.
Take care of the Kinko's guy.
Take care of the Kinko's guy. There's one other one I thought. Now I got to watch shows just so I can remember my t-shirts.
It's good self-promotion.
Yeah, well, you know. But at least like I would actually want to get them made for everybody and pass them around.
Sure.
But you know, go from shit to shit. I know that you guys dreamed of all this. I know that I have. A lottery winner was arrested for dumping $200,000 of manure on his ex-boss's lawn.
Join.
Yeah, right. Guy in Illinois won $125 million. And so he's quit his job, and it was actually $224,000. So he dumped $224,000 worth of manure on his boss's lawn, which is yeah, right. It's 20,000 tons of shit. 20,000 tons.
I don't care how big your house is.
How big is this fucking guy's lawn? 20,000 tons of shit.
Yeah.
He lives on a fucking farm.
Piled.
Right. But the guy pretended it was his lawn, so they would deliver, right? And dozens of trucks showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning and started dumping it, right? By the time the guy woke up, and because of the noise of the trucks, and called the cops, by the time the cops got there, they already dumped 10,000 tons of fucking shit. Dumped it. So when they arrested him, because the guy was laughing across the street. He was standing across the street watching the whole thing, laughing the whole time. When they arrested him, he said the guy was treating him like shit for 17 years because he didn't know money. So when he won the Powerball, he returned the favor.
That's right. That's every disgruntled employee's dream come true, right?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know that I ever had a boss that I would want to throw $200,000 worth of fucking manure. I mean, I did send manure to a girl's house for Christmas one year. And that was worth the money, but it was only like $40.
Yeah,
I can't imagine spending 200,000. I'd like to. I mean,
yeah, not the best, fiscal responsibility there. But
I like, to me, the only thing that would be worthwhile with that kind of deployment is it would be criminal. Like if people are in their house and you had like. You're like the fucking helicopters that dump the fucking they kept to put the fires out
and stuff, yeah.
Right? If you flew like a team of those helicopters over the house and dumped shit on somebody's house while they're in it, like in the middle of the night, So like like to the point where it was like fucking like Vesuvius erupted and fucking covered the fucking house only in shit.
And
like
all in the gutters. You never
all caked. Like you can't open the doors or the windows without fucking shit piling into your house because like you're completely covered, like encased in shit. I mean that's a lot of shit, but like
a total eclipse.
Now that might be worth it just to see what would happen.
I mean, just for science,
right? I mean. Like, what would happen? Could you encase somebody in their house in a mound of shit? Like, could you pile enough shit around somebody's house that they were trapped in there?
That sounds like a question for the guys from MythBusters,
right? Yes.
They would have jumped on that shit.
How long can you live covered in shit? Like, and the smells in there, the fumes in there. You would probably get knocked unconscious from the smell.
Eventually.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Right? You'd think that the house would probably seal it up for a bit, right? If everything was closed, right? But eventually it's got to go somewhere.
You know what's fucked up? Like, you got to be careful. If you turn on electric and there's a spark. Oh, my God. If you can't cook nothing.
Literally dead.
Yeah. Blown up. Yeah, I mean, all the fumes in it, the fucking shit fumes. You could light up the place on the inside. You could get cooked. Imagine that they fucking did MythBusters, and they do the episode. They encase them in shit, and somebody fucking tried to turn on the lights, and the spark came. And they fucking cooked the inside, right? So when they tried to get the shit out, it was all encased in like a hard shell, and they cracked it open, and everything was like Vesuvius, like they found, the charred remains.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty terrible. I think I have problems.
Let's just learn the one lesson that we all should know right now, right? Never let John win the lottery.
Yes.
Because some shit's about to go down.
Yes. Take that winning ticket away from his hand.
Well, the guy did say, because they asked him what he was going to do with the money, and he said, just read the news, you'll see. Obviously, they did. And after he was released on bail, he told the reporter, stay alert. I have a few other pranks I want to pull the next few weeks.
Shit. He doesn't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
I guess he feels like that's the fuck you money.
But you understand, though, because we've all, I mean, I'm trying to remember if I had a boss like that. I really can't remember. I pretty much probably quit any job where I had somebody that was that much of an asshole. But here in China, boss lines up bad employees and slaps them in the face. So that's nice, right? And they have a video of this. The video was nice. There's a real estate company in China, and the manager, she slaps all the employees that don't perform. But it's voluntary. They sign up for this. They sign up to line up and get smacked. Yeah. And the punishment also includes crawling on all fours.
Oh. More
so she lines them up. She walks around, smacks them in the face, and then makes them crawl around the room in all fours, like follow each other, like I guess like the human centipede.
It's like S&M shit right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they volunteer for this. I think there's just a bunch of dudes that like to get abused.
That too. It's a whole, I'm sure, honor thing too, right? Falling on your sword and shit like that. Or a motivation thing?
I don't know. I can understand the slapping in the face then, but once you start getting to they're walking around on all fours.
That seems
no matter what. I have to suspect that like half of them wear diapers.
Yes. Like voluntary.
So yeah, I would have done it better. Like I would have had them all slap each other and have like a tournament. And then just keep slapping each other until there's one left.
Right, where they can't take it anymore. Like they get the shit slapped out of them so much they can't their face swells up. They look like Balboa.
Absolutely.
In China, they're all the Chinese people smacking each other, so they look like Balboa. That'd be interesting.
And they all slap each other, right? It comes down to the end, and the guy, right? He's sitting there, fucking static. Face is all red. He's got welts, but he's ecstatic, right? He won, right? And then what do you hear? Captain Smack a Ho!
How are you going to compete with the golden hands of Captain Smack a Ho?
And at that moment, he knew he fucked up.
But by contrast, what happens if the boss is smacking all these dudes, right? And you think the story is going to end a certain way, that all these dudes take their punishment, they signed up for this voluntary punishment, but what happens? Somebody has to vanquish the villain at the end. And if you're not going to dump $200,000 worth of manure on somebody's house because they signed up for this, you never know when a certain somebody might come smashing through the door to take care of that boss lady, because she is probably a hoe, and that bitch is gonna get smacked to save those men. Someone has to save those men from the abusive boss lady who's smacking them around and making them parade around on all fours.
They need a hero.
They need a hero.
Enter Austin.
Well, Austin is not on their team. Austin is most definitely working for the boss lady.
Oh yeah.
Austin, these men, they keep slapping each other. They're on all fours. I'm gonna need you to raise them. Sure.
Now you think she had now it says that it lines them all up and she smacks him, but do you think they each get an individual smack, or does she get like a running start and it's like bop, 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 down the line?
Well, obviously see the video of the lady in China doing the smacking, right?
Oh, there is a video. I didn't see the video.
There's a video. Yeah, there's a video.
Man.
So she goes one by one and smacks them. She smacks them a couple times, right? I would imagine my thinking is that the one that ordered Austin to do the raping, that boss lady. Wow, oh man, this show is going to be it's going to be Boss Lady.
Sure.
Yeah. But I would imagine the one who ordered the rape would come in and give a flying elbow like fucking Chico Santana style. Right?
Yep.
You ain't getting up from this. But she would wait for the tournament to end and have them all beat the fuck out of each other, have one guy left, and then she would come and fucking give the flying elbow. Right?
Classic heel move.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it would work. What are you thinking about, Walt?
I think it sounds like a great TV show waiting to happen. And we could get Tito Santana to host it.
Yeah.
I met him down here.
Did you?
Yeah. They have Comic-Cons down here too. They're not as big as the one up by you guys, but but you're actually closer to a lot of these guys because especially if you go on the Sundays, you can talk to pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good stuff. But having nothing to do with anything now at this point, but this is good. Flat Earthers. Walt's favorite people, Flat Earthers.
Oh,
These
yeah.
Guys. So now...
Always good for a laugh.
Yeah, now the Flat Earthers are insisting that Australia is fake.
Fake news.
Fake news. Australia doesn't realize.
How can you have a place that has that many dangerous people, but everybody's like friendly and throwing shrimps on Barbies? It just it doesn't exist.
Well, no, but the truth is, if you were that dangerous, if everybody was that dangerous, you would be friendly because you're not feeling threatened. Look, I'm a dangerous motherfucker. You can't threaten me. And if you do you really think you're gonna kill me and my buddy who this guy wrestled alligators? Look at his knife.
With all the animals there that can kill you, that can end you.
Everything in Australia can kill you with its teeth. Even the people.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
I mean, how many videos have you watched of guys getting kicked in the balls by a kangaroo? Tons.
That's how you train over there.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun.
That's like learning Wing Chun in China.
I think they're probably the capital of shark attacks in the world. Like the great white shark attack capital of the world is Australia.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
if you can name an extreme wildlife attack, it's there.
Usually.
Absolutely.
Other than bears, that only happens here.
And what is it? It's like 7 out of the top 10 deadliest animals and 13 out of the top 15 deadliest plants or something like that. Something ridiculous numbers like that are all in Australia.
No, no, no. Yeah, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. You know why you're wrong?
What's that?
Because Australia is a hoax, and if you think you've been there, you're wrong. It's the biggest host ever created, and I don't care what you tell me. If you saw it on the map, I say that is Middle Earth upside down.
Ooh.
So what do these people think when if you were to take them on a plane and fly them to Australia? What do they think it is, like Alabama or something?
Come
What
on,
do they
buddy.
think? They fly in a circle and then land in Alabama?
How am I going to prove to you that you put me on your plane and you took me up in the sky and you just drove me? I don't have a way to know where I am from up there. It's the sky.
Could have been Photoshop.
There's no fucking signs in the clouds. I don't know where you're taking me. You could drop me off in New Jersey and tell me it's fucking Australia.
Where they all have that accent?
Well, maybe, I guess, but like I don't know all the towns in New Jersey.
Well, they all sound like Frankie Valli over there. They're not going to sound like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're making the wrong argument because you're wrong. But they have a convention for these fuckers. Yeah, that was the theory that was coming out of it was the theory coming out of the Flat Earthers conference that was held in Birmingham, England. So they have a whole conference now.
So they spend all this time saying that all the history books and the moon landing and all this is all bullshit and fake and whatever, and none of this exists, right? So you got to occupy your time, right? Because you've already figured everything out. So you have these conventions, and you got to fucking pick and choose, new things to battle, I guess, right? Because the Earth is flat. And how did they pick Australia? Like, why is Australia fake news?
Well, it probably what I would imagine. There has to be at least some of these flat earthers that also go to the exorcism conventions. So there must be something written in the doctrine because Jesus doesn't know about Australia.
It's true.
He talks about America.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus talks about America.
America.
Don't tell me he doesn't.
Right there in the Bible.
Horrible.
So he doesn't talk about Australia. Does he talk about New Zealand?
I mean, have you those giant heads? Is that really something the Lord made?
No.
Come on.
Is the Lord putting fucking rocks around in circles and shit? No, fuck that shit.
Giant fucking heads. Who would do something like that? I think that's a Hollywood creation too. I blame the atheists. They're trying to fucking make shit up.
Fucking the aliens from the flat universe over there.
This whole thing went fucking sideways quick.
Now, legitimately though, I do it honestly. The flat earthers, right? So they all the empirical evidence that we have, right? Shots from space and fucking everything we know. Just all of that is bullshit. They're willing to say that our entire lives as a society is a fucking scam.
Well, it's really though. I mean, how many people believe that the moon landing was shot in a basement?
Yeah.
So if you already think that the moon landing was shot in the basement, right? That means that there would be no way to leave the Earth to be able to take a picture.
Sure.
So that can only be a drawing of what you think the Earth looked like. So that has to be fake too. So if the moon landing was done in a basement because we can't leave Earth, so that you can't get a picture to see that it's round. Well, how the fuck do you know that it's round?
You just sail off the fucking edge of the ocean. Well,
nobody's ever gotten that far.
How the hell are we here?
I mean,
yeah, that's the other thing.
I mean, if you know, like, you can't do it from the top of a mountain, but you get to the edge of the Earth, right? And you know how to lean over and grab the lawn, right? You'll just get over to the other side. I mean, it'll be upside down. You might have a little blood rush into your head, but you could do it.
Do they also believe that if you dig into the Earth, that eventually you get to China?
Well, that's actually true. If you dig into the Earth, eventually you'll get to China. I mean, from some portion. You'll eventually get to China.
Right.
I mean,
But how could you if it's flat though?
A lot less to dig.
That's a good point. Well made.
Oh man.
Yeah.
See how I reel people in?
I like what you did there.
Well, see, like because gravity holds you on the underneath, right? So you dig down, and then you walk a few steps, and you dig back up, and then you're in China.
Oh, there you go.
Huh.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, the digging to China, if you can get through molten lava and you could dig fucking, if somehow had digging apparatus to get through the core of the earth, theoretically, yeah, you could dig through there. I mean, but like, if the earth is flat, I guess, but if the earth was flat, right, you wouldn't have to dig to get to China, because you just have to throw enough rocks so that it starts to lean a little bit and you slide down.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Because it's still going to be right.
Right. You could just tell all the people that weigh a certain amount to just go on one side.
On the other side. Hey guys, I got to get to the other side of the planet quick. Can you
yeah.
Hey guys, can you drop that off of like a 3rd-story building in like, I don't know, Newark-ish or so?
Now, well, we don't want to fling the guy across the fucking earth.
Well, he's got to go. He's got a long way.
But then it's like climbing the mountain where you can hit the ground and fucking be splatted, Because, I mean, if you get tossed, but if you're on the ground and you're just rolling, you're okay.
You just get dizzy, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, you maybe you want to get one of those big truck tires.
Ooh.
Right?
There you go.
You probably pick up some momentum there, though.
And like, what keeps? Well, I don't know. I guess it's. I was gonna say what keeps the water if it's flat, but I guess what keeps the water if it's round too. So fuck it. But
well, that's centrifugal force, or is it centripetal force? I forget. It's one of the two.
Centrifugal.
Centripetal. One of them sucks. It's like when you have a fucking thing spinning, right?
Yeah,
right,
it's like the cyclone in.
One of them sucks it into towards the center. The other flicks it out. So
see, like one is like the guy dumping the manure. The other is like the lady throwing the shit at the cashier.
Exactly. One is being contained, and the other is. That's the sound I make when I'm. Talking about, when you can go to the strip club and pay $1 to play with your pussy. Yeah. Anyway, so it's like a little over where I wanted to go, and I'm a little shot right now. It's a little bit weird. Our endings tend to be abrupt. All right, that's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, it's like, ha ha ha! This is the best time I ever had. All right, later, guys.
I can't stand you guys. I've had enough. I'm out of here.
You guys are great. I love you. We should do this forever. All right, it's over.
No, but what it is like, and what I kind of want to move towards this. The reason for the name, the garage, right, is because Scotty and I, when we were living in Vegas, a buddy of ours, this English guy who is one of my favorite drinking buddies ever. We used to go by his house all the time. And he had a garage that we used to hang out with, and we could get drunk and clean guns and fly helicopters and do kinds of remote control helicopters in the middle of the night where you couldn't see anything. And it got a little crazy, but we always use some bullshit and have fun, get fucked up. It was great. Well, he calls it the garage. That's what he instead of the garage, it's the garage.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's all English they pronounce it that way, but he does. Although he'll probably fucking get offended by that and be snobbish towards me. But the whole point, and where we get the name for this, just a couple of dudes sitting around, fucking around, bullshitting about whatever it happens to come up. Sometimes it's gonna be funny and sometimes it's interesting. And I like that relaxed vibe, and I want to be there in that space.
Sure.
But sometimes you're in that situation and you're like, oh fuck, it's that late. I had 12 beers. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get the fuck out of here. You get up and fucking run out. sometimes you're hanging out and you're fucking bullshitting in the garage, and the guy whose house it is, his wife comes in. What the fuck are you doing? It's 2:00 in the morning. What are you assholes still doing out here? It's Tuesday.
She just hits the fucking garage door opener. Everybody fucking startles.
Whoa, right, runs out like roaches.
We all scatter like cockroaches.
So sometimes it's like that. Okay, go guys, I gotta go. My fucking kid's screaming, and fucking, I'm not supposed to even be here.
Wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. Fuck, my wife fucking told me I had to be home an hour ago. I said 1 beer. You gotta go run it out, you know?
Yep. Funny story. On the way there, someone tripped. Lots of beer. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, as if it matters what you have to say. You're fucked anyway.
You're done. It's all fucking over.
The decision was made 20 minutes before you were supposed to be home.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Horrible. Anyway,
This fucker comes in 1 minute late.
but you guys have any last words? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to fucking get into the audience before we head out?
Don't let John win the lottery.
I second that.
Oh man, this is a rough crowd here.
It's to protect you, man. It's to protect you. We just got to give it to you in easy monthly installments. We'll hold on to it so that we're just protecting you.
Now, when I do win the lottery, I know who I'm not paying to do a fucking podcast.
We just want to make sure you don't spend all the show's budget on dumping fucking shit on random people.
Exactly.
That's fair.
little remote control helicopters of shit like your fucking fire extinguisher idea.
What if you had drones, right? And because drones you could fly with your fucking phone, so you could be sitting in here flying around out of the neighborhood. You know, so what if you had a drone, right? And you had drones with like little water balloons, only were filled with diarrhea. Water balloons of fucking diarrhea. And you could drop that shit from fucking high up and target somebody. And then you fly the drone off.
The problem is finding people with diarrhea, though. That's you're gonna have to feed them bad shit so that they shit out bad shit.
All I know, as long as you don't mind Thaddeus missing a show or two, we have a lifetime supply.
I'll just fucking throw one of those clear plastic bags over the thing.
You know, you could get what you could do is you just set it up so that he has a bucket in the garage there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you wrap up the bag and cut a little hole in the bottom like the fucking pastry tube, and just squeeze it into the fucking and squeeze it into the
fucking balloons. Oh god. Fuck.
Thaddeus' studio is the base of operations for Operation Shit Drone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shit dumplings.
He's a natural resource.
Yep. Yeah. We're gonna have shit dumplings. We're gonna drop shit dumplings from the top of drones.
Yeah. And John's gonna just have fucking drones of White Castle being dropped off to me.
Oh well, it's the finished product that we're after. Horrible. Between that and I don't know what's worse. The encasing a house in shit and incinerating them from the inside, or the drone droppings.
The drone droppings from, like, if I was a target, because at least if I fucking go out in a blaze of glory, that shit's over.
I don't know how much glory that is.
If I get hit by the balloon, that's somebody's diarrhea that's on me.
And you have to live to tell the tale. You have to tell people, somebody shit on me. Somebody shit on me with a drone.
Yeah.
Who shits on someone with a drone?
Fuck, it took 3 baths already.
Honestly, who shits on someone with a drone?
Who throws a shit? Honestly.
Who eats shit dumplings?
Pete, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No,
no.
Anyway, on that note, definitely check out our show, Mad TMC, The Garage, spelled the garage, on SoundCloud and on YouTube. Check out my books on Amazon, The Mendoza Presents. Check that shit out. Some of it's funny. But the more we sell, the more stuff like this we can do. Fellas, anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Well, folks, have a good night.